Chopping it up with G and Z. Chopping it up. 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 Chopping it up with G and Z.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Chopping It Up with G and Z. I'm your boy G. This is Z. What's happening with you, partner?
Bro, chilling, man. Spent too much time with you last night. Bro. Oh, bro, we hadn't had a time like that probably since we were in our 30s.
Man, good times, brother. Good times.
Bro, yeah, I definitely was like, Lord Jesus.
I was like, oh man, yeah. But it was cool though, because man, shoot, I definitely needed it, man. So I'm gonna be headed down here tomorrow. Taking a leave of absence from Tulsa for a little bit.
Man, you know, it's always good to get out of town, man, just for, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a work situation, you know what I'm saying, a week or two, or in your case, a few weeks, you know what I'm saying? But it always give you like just to be out of town and, you know what I'm saying, see something different.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I was going to an actual city though.
yeah, that's always there.
Yeah. So I'll be going to some little podunk town working, man. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey man, so bro, since we like really, this is like right before the season starts for the NFL.
Yeah.
And I think we chopped up about it yesterday. Man, we just gonna have an open session today. Bro, it's a slow sports week, getting ready for the season to open in the NFL. Plus, we had some stuff that we actually was chopping it up about yesterday, man. So we just kind of wanted to open the floor and just let it rip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely so. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess my thing is though, especially like right now, the beginning of the football season for me always reminds me that basketball is next month. Like, bro, when the football season starts, that means basketball is coming up. That means baseball is ending. So I know it's like slow now, but we're about to be in sports overload. So,
bro, yes. I mean, my favorite time of the year actually is when we have like a combo of football going on, early basketball, and like October when the Major League has this playoffs going on. So that to me is like sports. Yeah. Every Sunday is cool. During the week, you still got something going on. Monday night football, Thursday football. I mean, there's always something going on. So I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Plus, I'm looking forward to the fall, man. This heat has been ridiculous this year, bro.
Bro, but my thought was too, man, is like it wasn't really super hot in June and July. And then like the end of August, it decides to go crazy. And I'm like, bro, this is it's September now, and it's like, bro, it's hotter in September than it was in June.
Yeah, because usually, like I believe, every Labor Day weekend or when school or high school football usually starts up, it's cool in the mornings. It may get a little mild during the day or whatever the case is, but usually the cool weather starts hitting, man. So
yeah. So hopefully we only got like a week or two of this left.
Jesus. I'm hoping so. So let's see what happens. Man, so dude, yesterday, man, we actually was chopping it up a little bit just about life in general, man. And something we didn't bring up last week when we had Kent on, but something that was on the roster to kind of chop it up a little bit about. It's something I wanted to bring up to you about, man. And get your get your thoughts on it. It was a question that we kind of mulled around ourselves. So the question was simply, why aren't you living up to, or why aren't you living the life that you were motivated to be, when you was little or whatever the case is. So say if you grew up and you wanted to be, I don't know, a baseball player or football player, whatever the case is, attorney, whatever. So why aren't you living out that particular goal of yours, so forth and so on.
Yeah, man, I think for me, you know what I'm saying? I think I tried everything that I was supposed to try. I feel like outside of me not doing what I was supposed to do in school, I think I've tried everything that I was supposed to try. Like I don't have any regrets about not trying anything. You know what I'm saying? When I obviously we all want to be basketball players when we grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
dude. I figured like 10th, 11th grade, bro. I was like, that's probably not gonna work out for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So I went to school to be a psychiatrist. You know what I'm saying? And man, once I got into the field, I started working in like group homes and things like that. Man, I seen they didn't really care for the children like I did. Like it seemed like they were in the business to make money, and the places that I worked, they really didn't care about the kids, man. And so that kind of frustrated me on that end. So that's why I didn't do anything there. But shoot, we did the music, man, bro. I released 4 albums. You know what I'm saying? Like I chased that dream. You know what I'm saying? I got my camera. I chased that dream. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I don't feel like I have a lot of regrets on the table. But I know sometimes people feel like they have to do stuff to make money. And man, you know what I'm saying? Like I actually look at a lot of our friends and people that we went to school with, and a lot of people are doing really well, man. And I just hope that they're doing really well in a field or something that they're enjoying, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I can only talk for myself, but I had kids early, so I always tell people this, man, but your dreams always get put on the back burner when you have kids. Always. Now, I mean, you can still chase it, but it's gonna affect how you chase it.
Yeah.
Because you're put in a situation where, man, now you have people that are depending on you. And I was thinking about that when we asked the question. I was thinking about that. Remember that movie with Will Smith, where he played the guy who was
where he was walking, where they stayed
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness. That's a great movie too.
And I mean, it's a great movie, and it's one of those things where it's a happy ending. He got into the field that he wanted to get into, but he made it through the impossible odds, man. Like sleeping outside with his son, so forth and so on.
Yeah.
At the same time, that's not really a reality for 95, 99% of people who have kids. You can't just put them in a situation where they're sleeping on the streets with you while you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to figure it out. So usually you call up in a situation where, man, it's, hey, bills are due. We need money now. Something has to happen. You got to go get a job. That job may not be something you like, but it's going to pay the bills. You know what I mean? So I think that's where most people are in life. Usually when it comes to it, because, and man, I always felt like because when we were growing up, it was heavy on college, education. And some people don't have that though. Some people are like, hey, you 18, get a job, 16, get a job, go out there, start working, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole idea of having a dream set for yourself and trying to, have that goal set where you fulfill that dream that's boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but man, yeah, it's a tough conversation, especially now, because when you have kids who are growing up nowadays, you want to get them early and be like, hey, it's starting. And I do this with my son, and I catch myself so many times with Donovan, my youngest son, where I'm constantly like, what do you want to be when you grow up? He's 13 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, what do you want to do? And his whole thing right now is, I just want to play football. I just want to play football. I just want to play football.
Yeah, he's big into football right now.
Yeah. You sit back and you think like, when I was 13, I wasn't thinking about what am I going to do when I'm 25, 26. But we're in this hyper environment right now where it's almost like you have to, give me your dream right now, like something that's realistic that can be done, because football is great if you can play that at a high level. If you can play that in the NFL, you're part of that what is it, like 0.01% of people that make it?
Yeah, it's like crazy. But you know, the thought is too, man, for me, I actually was I talked to Scooter yesterday. Me and Scooter were talking, and we were just talking about like the things that we like you wish you would have did different. You know what I'm saying? And so like the crazy thing for like us, because me and Scooter were talking yesterday, and we wasn't a time, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't have like all or RW. I remember going through RW and Demond's. Like RW and Demond used to give us their letters and be like, hey man, can y'all go through these letters for us and tell us if anybody got a good offer for us? Because they would get so much mail. I remember them getting bags of mail, and I'm like, golly. But the crazy thing was, me and Scooter was talking last night, and some of those, you know what I'm saying, some of those places, because Scooter said he had some offers at some other colleges to play basketball, and he was like, bro, thinking back on it, I would have went to school free. I would have went to TCC if somebody would have told me that. I would have went to school free. And the crazy thing is, I had a man, I can't remember the school. I used to get constant letters from like 3 schools to play basketball. I don't even know why. You know what I'm saying? But I would get these letters in high school, like come, and one of them was like an all men school in Illinois. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. But you know what I'm saying? Looking back on it, man, if Donovan gets good enough to play football, man, the end goal might not be the NFL. It might be a free education.
But, exactly,
you know,
man. So yeah. And trust me, I would be happy.
Yeah.
I would be considerably happy if he ended up getting a free ride somewhere.
Bro, he was serious too. He was like, Z, let me tell you what, I like linebacker and I like running back. I was like, okay, so what you gonna do? He was like, man, running back, I really like running back, man, but I get to hit people when I'm linebacker. I was like, so you trying to play both? He was like, I don't really want to play both, but right now, you know what I'm saying? But he was, you know what I'm saying? I asked him questions. He seemed like he was seriously into it. You know, the last time I seen Donovan, he was into his video games like heavily. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no sports talk, and now he's he's like a football guru. So I was like, bro, he doing what he's supposed to do. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When I talk to him, I just keep on being like, bro, keep on, you know, practice hard, study hard, be the best you can be, leave it on the field. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, man, it's crazy because this young man will wake up watching YouTube of straight up plays. I'm like, hey, well, you know, hey, I mean, I remember growing up and watching, you know, Michael Jordan Come Fly With Me.
Yeah, bro.
We didn't have YouTube, so we had to just go over. But yeah, I used to watch that religiously and try to pull some moves from MJ.
Bro, I think I used to watch when they would play old NBA basketball games on like ESPN Classic. I think that's what it was. They play old Laker games, old Celtics games. That's the only time you could really watch. You know what I'm saying? The ability, bro, if I was a child now, and the ability to go and watch Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan and have the way they play broke down, or like Allen Iverson's crossover, man, I tell people all the you know, I say that all the time. I tell people all the time though, Allen Iverson, his crossover, and he had a burst off of his foot that made it so hard for him to do. And if I could go and look at that, imagine being able to look at that for 2 hours and go outside and work on it.
Man, that is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I will say, man, these kids have, with the wealth of the knowledge that they have nowadays, man, and this internet, your YouTube, and just everything they have at their disposal is ridiculous.
Bro, I when we did the music, man, my dream was to do a video. Like I just wanted to do a video. And videos were so, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to be, people didn't make just videos for the, you know what I'm saying, the hell of it. You had to be somewhere or something to make a video, or even know some people, because even those terrible uncut videos, like that would have cost a lot of money. Like, and you had to be like a drug dealer funding that to get that. But now, man, everybody got these cameras. They teach how to make videos on your cell phone. Like, bro, to be a music artist right now, bro, I would make a video for every song I made.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
And I mean, you just take your phone. And literally, I mean, it's crazy. Like some of the man, I remember when we first started doing music. I went and got a cord like in 55, 75 or whatever it was.
It was an N6400, wasn't it? I believe.
I can't remember the model, but I do remember it was, man, this at that time it was like $1,200.
Yeah, it was an investment.
Yeah, that was an investment in my future. I mean, bro, when I say I used to sit hours upon hours trying to perfect a beat on a chord MIDI keyboard. You know what I'm saying? And now you can just get software for your computer and boop, 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 a drum machine, man.
Yeah.
Beat machine and you good to go. I'm like, this is crazy. The way times have changed with even making music.
Man, when we did music at OU, man, when we first started rapping, like Caddy, me, Mac, Anthony Scott, Michael Holman, you know what I'm saying? GT used to rap with us, you know what I'm saying? Bro, we had my mama brought me a karaoke. I don't even know why she brought me a karaoke machine, because we didn't do karaoke, but she brought me like a karaoke machine stereo. You know what I'm saying? It had 2 tape decks, like a CD player, but it had a microphone. You know what I'm saying? And bro, we was in the dorms like our first weekend at OU, and we like, what we gonna do? And we was like, y'all want to go get a microphone and start rapping? We was like, sure. Yeah. So, bro, we went and brought 2 microphones and a thing. And bro, we would go and buy instrumentals from Blockbuster Music, because it was right on the end of campus. You know what I'm saying? You could drive, it was like close to campus. We would go and look for instrumentals, and we come home, write songs and rap. And we would do a rap for everybody's birthday. So every time it was a birthday, we do a song. So when we go to the party, we have a song to play for your birthday. And bro, we were rapping like 4 people all together, no computer. So if somebody messed up on their verse, you started all over. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so. And the crazy thing was, like, you had to be on top of the timing. You had to be on, because like the thing is, like, if I'm doing the hook, I gotta know when the hook come in, because you know what I'm saying? We don't have no beats, bro. And somebody rapping right now would probably look at that and be like, there's no way I would do that. That's crazy. Yeah.
Man, so nowadays you can actually just record on whatever you got, send it to somebody else, and they can master it, put it directly on a track or whatever the case is. Back in the day, like I remember recording with Jason, man, we had to be in the same area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, I literally had to go to OU. We had to, you know what I'm saying? He had a little setup there. And, man, when he moved to Houston, had to go down there, or he had to come up here. And, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. And I mean, if your stuff wasn't compatible, good luck.
Yep. Bro, man.
We had a whole beat that we made, try to upload it and put it onto his computer.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
No bet. Yeah. I was like, yeah, man, I don't know how this works. So,
bro, I remember when Rocky first got the computer, and Willie was like, bro, you don't have to do your whole verse. You could stop and start. I was like, I could stop and start. What? You know what I'm saying? Bro, and then I think our first one, man, I was ad lib heavy. Like, bro, when I figured out I could do it, bro, I was in left ear, right ear, like, man, make me echo. Like, bro, we was just doing too much. But the ability that people have and the kids have right now to do so much is crazy for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm also sure if I was 14, 15, I might be overwhelmed.
Yeah, man, because there's a lot. I mean, and, he even said this to me, and if he watches this, he'll be like, that could be told about. But so I said, man, so what would you do if you didn't make it into the NFL? And he said, well, I guess I could just upload YouTube videos and make money off of that. I was thinking, what's crazy is, man, the daddy part of me was like, well, you know what I'm saying? Think about an actual occupational career that you could do. Yeah. But then another part of me was like, I mean, this is the environment. This is, he's 13.
He's 13.
This is the environment that they are growing up in, where people who are 13, 14 have these TikTok videos, and they are literally just making billions of dollars making TikTok videos. Like,
man, bro. Yeah. Uploading videos to YouTube is a occupation. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked about Jake Paul not long ago.
Bro.
Like what does he do? What is his occupation? Professional YouTuber.
Professional YouTuber.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That's hey, man. This is the generation now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So, man, anything else you wanted to talk about, man?
Man, I really want to talk about, since it is the week before football, I would like to talk about football, like what you see, what you think will happen, Cam, everything with Cam, everything with Deshaun Watson still, like just thoughts on football in general.
Okay, so we got to start with a couple of different stories here. Okay. I guess we can, if you want to start off with the Cam thing, man, that'd be cool, because that's been like making its rounds the last week or so. So
Cam Newton obviously got cut by the Patriots.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they was like, well, Mac Jones is their quarterback of the future. Well, I honestly believe, like, when it came out that he wasn't vaccinated. And so the thing was, he missed time last year because he got COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So for you not to go and get vaccinated in the off season, when you're supposed to play the most important position on the field, when you don't go and get vaccinated, to me, that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? And I understand everybody has like what they feel about this and what they feel about that, but as a quarterback on might be your last chance to make it in the league.
Yeah.
You can't bring anything bad to the table. You hear me? You have to be working your tail off. You can't bring no negativity around. And so the thing is, like, once he missed that time with the COVID thing, and even though he didn't get COVID, it was like he's not vaccinated. It was like, well, what happens if you get COVID in the middle of a season or the day before a game?
Yeah, and I think the NFL has actually changed its rules now, where if you are vaccinated and like catch COVID, it could affect like the team forfeiture of the game or something like that. It's some weird rule, and I haven't even taken a look at it, but like they are literally making it in the NFL to where if you're not vaccinated, you can't play.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like,
that's pretty much where the process is going.
Yeah, and here's my thought. Like, really, for us to have a conversation about vaccinations and this and that, that's us. You know what I'm saying? That's us sitting at home observing. But if I'm paying you $7 million, $20 million, $15 million to be available and play football every Sunday, I think it's a reasonable request for me to ask that you be vaccinated.
Bro, if I owned a business right now, period.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Your choice. Okay, you can choose to walk up out of this establishment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can choose not to come work for me, because you have to be vaccinated to work for me, period. Like, I can understand, because you're putting the money of these teams in danger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if the team has an outbreak and 20 of the players get COVID, you know what I'm saying? That's hurting their bottom line. Yeah. And you know what I mean? And so it's almost just like these movie studios. You know what I mean? Like, who was it that went off on a rant, man? Like, he was doing some kind of a thing. Tom Cruise. It was Tom Cruise when he was doing like another Mission Impossible movie or something.
Oh, okay.
And recording, and I guess one of the people had missed, did a COVID miscue or whatever, and they were going to shut him down. And he was like, "Man, look, I'm set for life." You know what I'm saying? He went off on his crew. He was like, "I'm set for life." But who's not set are these cameramen, these stunt men, and these people who need me to be able to work so they can make a living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like, if you want to act a fool with COVID, don't even come on to the set. Like, I was like, okay.
I mean, but that's the truth though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I'm like, my thought is, man, and I don't know how our football conversation turned to a COVID conversation, but this is where we are. Yeah. But
I know,
like,
right?
My thought is though, man, like, if you don't want to be vaccinated, that's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's your personal choice, right? But if you are playing in the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, and like, hey, man, you can choose to do whatever you want to do, but if you don't get vaccinated and you end up with this, you know what I'm saying, this disease or this virus, you're gonna get cut, or you're gonna. I mean, that makes sense to me. My thought is too, though, like, it's one thing to be vaccinated and then you get it and be like, hey, I did everything I can do. That's a whole different argument than Cam Newton being like, I don't believe in the vaccination. Like, bro, we don't believe that you should have a job and go and sit down.
I mean, man, I just, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it, man. I mean, okay, part of me does still understand the people who have like these misconceptions about vaccinations and so forth and so on, because there's so much crap out there thrown that way.
Yeah.
But when you have your doctors, like 99.8% of your doctors telling you, hey, get a vaccine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand, like, it'd be different if it was like, you know what I'm saying, only 50% of doctors agree that this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But these are the people who do this for a living. Like,
bro. So
Z, I work, okay. I work for the phone company, right?
Yeah.
I work on phone lines 24/7. I work on copper lines. I work on fiber lines. I work that stuff 24/7. So if you were to be like, hey, man, you came to me with a question about, well, I heard this was happening. And I was like, no, that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would feel like you would take my advice on it because
that's
I deal with it. Yeah, that's what I do. And for some reason, people are like, I don't trust these doctors. I don't do that. I don't trust nobody but the person sending me a meme on Facebook. Like, what? What's going on, people?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. It is honestly crazy. So, man, and I'll be so frustrated with the thing, man, because the thing is like, bro, you're going to tell me you don't trust the doctor, but then you're going to go and take horse dewormer? Like, what?
Man.
What? Just let that sink in. Just let that sink in. You don't want to go get a vaccination, but you're taking horse dewormer to keep yourself safe. They said these people are having. They said they're taking like doses big enough for horses. So it's like people are having like blindness.
Yeah.
Like people, like, bro, they're like the symptoms. I was like, what?
Yeah. I was like, are you serious? Anyway, that's crazy. Hey, well, you know what? I only stop because I would go crazy over this this COVID talk, man. It's crazy because I just feel like we should not be here right now. We should not be still having the same conversation over and over and over again. If people would just, I don't know. Anyway, back to Cam though, man. So one of the things I don't like doing it, right?
Yeah.
So. And I was never really like a big Cam fan, even like when what was it, 2015, when he had his MVP season, and it was like Cam was sweeping the nation, and kids were doing the whole dad thing because of Cam. Yeah. Like even in that time, I was just like, he's cool, but to me, he was never like a Lamar Jackson, Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, to me, he didn't have that throwing arm that I was like, oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I felt like he was put in certain situations and he could run an offense. And as long as he didn't turn the ball over, his defense could win some games for him. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I will say, man, that I feel sorry for him to a certain degree, like the way it all happened. Like, I do think part of it was his fault for not getting vaccinated.
Agreed.
Because him and Mac Jones, what I understand, I didn't watch all the preseason games, but the stats was pretty much the same all the way around.
Nah, it was. I mean, but when you start looking at the reps, like the amount of plays that he played versus the amount that Cam did, it was like, bro, Cam, you gave this man a chance. Like you gave him too much of an opportunity to show his talents. So my thought with Cam Newton, no, I've never thought that he got it. Yeah. He always seemed like he was like he never understood what was going on around him. And I think he was always so talented that he thought everything would always work out for him. But he doesn't, to me, he doesn't understand the politics of playing professional sports. He don't understand like the things to say and the things not to do. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I've always questioned that he really get it because he never seemed like he really got it. You know what I'm saying? And
almost like a Vince.
So we seen him in LA, probably 2014. Maybe whenever the All-Star game was in LA, we went out to LA, and I remember walking up on him like he was, and bro, he's like an easy 6'5". No, 6'5"? He's an easy 6'5", and he was like 6'5", 240, bro. And I was like, God dang, like he just looked like a humongous dude. I was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? And I think he got away with being talented athletically, but he never really. If you see how he dressed, how he talked, the way he like, just even the way he responds and the way he does his Twitter messages in that weird font where you have to understand, like, bro, what are you doing? So to me, I don't never think he had anybody around who was like, bro, you got to get this together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's a fine line with it, man, because you want them to be themselves.
Yeah.
Even if they eccentric. You know what I'm saying? Like Cam is very eccentric with the way he dresses and you know what I'm saying, the stuff that he posts online and all that. But sometimes you have to learn you can be yourself, but this is your job. You know what I mean? Like you need to separate the two. It's like everybody else. I can't come to work and you know what I'm saying? Like act a certain way at work. There's certain guidelines I have to adhere by at work. Which most people do, man. That's just most people.
If you want that job, if you want the job, you have to play by their rules. That's what it is, unless you have your own business. Yeah,
and even nowadays, I should say, companies will look at your online presence before they even hire you. So I'd be surprised sometimes that these guys aren't taking the Twitter sphere and the Instagram more seriously because it can affect your money.
It can affect your money, man. The thing is, like, I want everybody to have fun and do what they enjoy, but I also want you to act like Russell Wilson. Like, I need you to be like, bro, like, or you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, like, be LeBron, man. Like, to me, LeBron, like, he have an amazing life, but he don't look like he's like go out his way not to make sure he in the trouble. He just stay out of stuff they don't need to be in. I think Steph Curry does a great job of that. I think Damian Lillard does a great job of that. So, I mean, there's, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, I've never heard nothing bad about Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be yourself, have fun, and be great, you know what I'm saying? And not be in no weird stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is my thought.
That is, man. But, back to him leaving in the New England thing, what do you feel like New England is going to do? You think Mac Jones is going to flourish in that whole system? Yeah. Because I mean, I feel like it's more of a fit.
Yeah.
To me, Cam was never really. It just didn't seem like a fit with New England. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's not what Belichick. Yeah, it just doesn't seem. It seems like trying to fit a round peg into a square hole. So it just didn't seem right, man. I feel like Belichick just needed a quarterback,
and he was the best available option.
Yeah, so, but. Now, I actually think they're going to do pretty good, man, just because they got some running backs up there.
Bro, I think once they seen them running backs, once they seen that the running backs was going to be good, man, it's like, well, shoot, man, we probably don't need Cam because Cam is, you know what I'm saying, Cam is offense by itself, but it's more like the run pass option. But once they seen that they had to run, that was like, well, shoot, we got an accurate Mac Jones. Cam has never worked on his accuracy. He's always been, he will throw the ball high. That happens every game. He's been doing that for years. He never worked to be better. Man, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to like dog him or talk terrible about him, man. But sometimes, man, you see somebody being blessed with the amount of talent that they have, and they never get better, man. Like they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it don't seem like they work at it like they're supposed to. Whereas, and that make you see a Kobe or a Michael Jordan and be like, bro, he was great, and he was in the gym before everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody ain't like that.
Yeah, that mentality is very difficult because again, man, you're talking about somebody who's probably been praised for their talents ever since they was 14, 15 years old. And they never really had to work as hard as the guy who literally has no talent. You know what I'm saying? So that takes a special mind, man. That takes a special mind to really. And that kind of reminds me to a segue of another person who's in the news, Ben Simmons. Um, so you heard about Ben Simmons basically came out and said that
he doesn't want to play in Philadelphia no more.
Yeah, he don't want to play in Philly anymore. Which I think everybody in Mama saw that coming. How can that locker room coexist after last
year? Yeah, man, I think they could have, even with the bad playoffs and everything would have been okay. But I think what happened, or what threw everything off, is the last game when they lost, and then Embiid had something to say about Ben Simmons, and then Doc had something to say about him, and I think that was where he was like, it's gonna be hard to come back from that.
Yeah. I mean, after Doc, well, I mean, Doc said what everybody else was thinking anyway.
Yeah.
Like, can you win with Ben Simmons as a point guard? Doc is like,
I don't know.
Let me get back to you on that. I mean, everybody in Mama knows that, Ben Simmons struggled.
But he struggled in a different way, though, man. It's one thing to be like, hey, he can't shoot, but he be, attacking the rim,
just
passing,
didn't want to shoot.
Yeah, but he was avoiding the shot, bro. Like,
didn't want to do that. Yeah,
he didn't want to take layups, bro. You 6'10", dunk the ball.
That play will forever go in infamy for Philadelphia history, where he turns around, literally the bucket is right there,
and Trae Young is guarding him.
All he has to do is literally jump and dunk the ball.
That's it.
And he decides to pass it off to somebody who was double teamed.
Yes, I'm like,
bro, what was that? Man, I think everybody was what? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that was straight up. That was confidence completely gone.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, confidence completely shot. I mean, we've seen it before, man. If you've ever played basketball, and like you take away somebody's confidence, man, it's game over. Yeah, it don't matter how good they are. You take away that confidence about getting on that floor, and man, you're gonna see somebody who's just out, like he was. He was just out there and wasn't making any contribution to the team whatsoever.
Yeah, he didn't want to touch the ball, bro.
Yeah. So, man, where do you think he's gonna end up at?
I don't know, man, because the thing is, I keep on hearing him say he want to play for California teams, man, but
who the heck gonna pick him up?
Who gonna pick him up? Because Golden State already got Draymond Green. They can't have two people who can't play offense, right? The Lakers don't have no space for him. The Lakers will probably have to trade everybody to get him. You know what I'm saying?
And why would you give up? I mean, what do you gain? Okay. What do you give up in order to gain a Ben Simmons? Like, I would not want to give up shooters to gain Ben Simmons because I'm getting somebody who can't shoot.
Yeah, and then my thing is, like, him and LeBron gonna play the same position. And Russell Westbrook. Like, bro, like, there's no room for that. So then my thought is, like, does he want to go to Sacramento Kings?
Well, if I'm the Lakers, can I be honest?
Yeah.
If it was a straight across the board swap between Westbrook and Ben Simmons, I would entertain that.
I mean, I can take that. I'm not mad at that.
I would entertain that for real. Like,
but would you rather have Ben Simmons than Russell Westbrook? And this is crazy to even think about, man, but at least Russell Westbrook is gonna shoot his terrible shots. I mean, to think about a man avoiding a shot, like, bro.
Well, here's the deal. If I can get him for Westbrook, I will. But the first thing I'm doing is I am setting up an appointment with Dr. Basketball, psychiatrist Johnson over here. You're gonna have to see a sports psychiatrist. We're gonna give you some confidence, boy. Matter of fact, I'm almost willing to say, if you don't take at least, 8 to 10 shots a game, I'm sitting your butt on the pine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making you shoot. I'm gonna feed you confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like Ben Simmons scored like 47 against who was
San Antonio.
Yeah,
he was shooting free throws. He was shooting free throws.
Like, bro, you can do this. It's just we gotta get your confidence back. We gotta do something. What we're not gonna do is I'm not gonna pay you to come down the floor and have a wide open dunk and you pass it the ball because you don't want to shoot or you too scared to get fouled and shoot free throws.
Agreed.
That's what we're not gonna do.
Agreed.
So, man, it's just crazy. I actually hope. I don't see him going to any of the teams out west. in California.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
LA.
because the Clippers have to give away Kawhi or Paul George to get him.
Yeah, they don't have space.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody has the space to do it. I mean,
and I heard Philly wants a lot for him too. Like Philly wants like 3 first-round picks, like you know what I'm saying, like 2 swaps and a player. Like, bro.
Oh well, I mean, if I'm Philly, I understand that. Like, dude, I'm not giving him up for nothing.
And he's an all-NBA player. He's an all-NBA player. He's been an all-star like 5 years in a row. First team defense. Like, so it ain't like, bro. It's a weird situation. It's just a weird situation.
Yeah, and they invested a lot for this dude. So, bro, we want some return on that investment,
man. Agreed.
Man. So what else is going on in the world, bro?
Oh shoot, man. I mean, I think that's what do we I'm waiting for football. I just want to see how that NFC West is going to play out, man. I think that's the best football. I think that's the best conference in football. And it's probably, I can't even think of any time where I remember a division being that good, where like anybody could come out of the division and anybody could probably win the Super Bowl out of that division.
Oh, yeah. You know what? What's crazy is, what will be crazy is if there was a scenario where every team made the playoffs.
They can though, with the new format, everybody can make. I mean, 4 teams can make.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that would be absolutely crazy.
It would be,
and it would be amazing though. So we're talking about Cardinals, Seattle, the 49ers, and Rams, LA. Rams. All potential. I mean, I can see every single one of them teams actually going deep in the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, bro, like it's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, so I actually can see the Rams winning it all, to be honest, with that defense, and they picked up Matt Stafford. So, I mean, the sky's the limit. I don't put anything on Matt Stafford,
but he's never really been. Man, I heard somebody say like he never really had like great talent around him either. So imagine there's like he did what he did, and you a Lions fan, so you know.
Yes, but he had. Well, I put a lot of it on the organization, but he did have Megatron for a while. But the only thing though is that he was throwing the Megatron like what you shouldn't do. Like you need to make the defense honest enough where, okay, we got to guard somebody else. Because they was triple team Megatron. He was still forcing the ball to him.
Oh man, like, hey, you gonna get this ball, buddy?
You gonna get your catches?
Yeah, I think, man. To me, I like Kyler Murray. I've liked Kyler Murray since OU, man.
OU.
Yeah, man, the way he throw the football, man, he's so little, and then like he put his whole body in the throw, but he throw the hell out of the football, man. I'll be like, God dang. And you know, I love Russell Wilson, man. I've always been a fan of Russell Wilson, man. So I like to see both of them. I think the only team to me that I really worry about is San Francisco because their quarterback situation is weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they have Garoppolo and they really don't want him. But it's like, that's what we got to roll with. So,
bro, to me, it's like Philadelphia. Like you have this quarterback, and they don't believe in him. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think they believe in him?
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
No, I don't. I feel like if Philadelphia could have anybody but Jalen Hurts, they would.
Really?
I do.
Bro, they let Carson Wentz go.
Yeah, but Carson Wentz. I feel like they had to let Carson Wentz go, but at the same time, I don't feel like they want Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I mean, but that's got to be a bad feeling, man. And I actually am rooting for the dude. I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts to do something in Philadelphia.
But I feel like the coach drafted him though, or like the GM drafted him. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody
was it?
Like the GM wanted him, and the crazy thing was like, well, they drafted this dude after we got Carson Wentz. Why would we draft him? So like, it was kind of like the Aaron Rodgers situation where they drafted a quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers was like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and but that's another thing altogether, dude. How far do you think Green Bay is gonna go this year?
They'll do what they did last year. They'll probably be like
make the finals.
I don't know if they'll make the finals, but they'll make the second round of the playoffs though. You know what I'm saying? They'll host the home game. Yeah, bro. Because if you look at their division, man, Chicago, I don't believe in Chicago or Minnesota. And who's the other team in their division?
You got Chicago, Minnesota, the Packers, and the Dolphins are actually in the other conference.
No, it's the NFC North.
Yeah,
and it's God, I don't know who the 4th team is, but that just makes me think that the 4th team sucks.
That's why I got it's the Lions. I'm tripping.
Oh, there you go. Look, we just talked about them. Who is that team?
I was like, who else? It's us. It's the Lions. So
I don't think the Lions or Minnesota or Chicago will be good this year. You know,
I actually wanted to see Chicago start Justin Fields, but they said they weren't gonna do it. Yeah,
I did too. I thought I would have liked to see him start. I would have liked to see Trey Lance start for San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? I think what's his name is gonna struggle this year. He's looked terrible in the preseason. The number 1 pick from Clemson.
Oh, you talking about Lauren, what's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name now.
I can't remember his name either, but he struggled with the long hair.
Yeah. Long hair dude. It's like he should be doing a whole bunch of Head and Shoulders commercial.
Yeah.
But But that's the thing though. Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence. It is Lawrence. I was thinking like Lawrence. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Man, that's the thing though, man. Like, I feel like his first year is gonna be like any other high draft pick, number 1 quarterback, because you're going to go to a team that was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10 is going to be a team that was super struggling.
Yeah, and
your sack to interception to touchdown ratio is going to be off that first year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like a Peyton Manning, even Peyton Manning himself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? His first year, just getting tossed around, and you getting thrown into the fire.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be real rough. What I don't want to see is the same thing that happened to the cat down there in
Houston.
No, not Houston. God, what's his? I can't remember his name, but he's making a comeback this year where his knee got tore up. Oh, geez.
the dude from the Bengals.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
That's what I don't want to see.
Yeah, so, I don't never want to see nobody get hurt, especially like that, bro. They ripped up his knee. His foot was the wrong way. I was like, bro, that is like
that ain't supposed to be.
Man. Yeah, like oh no.
That's woo, Jesus. Hey, but half the time the team don't have an offensive line to protect. So
that'll show you how important, because the dude who came and got him ran right through his man, and it's like, bro, you see how important them guards and tackle is, because bro, that dude came right through. If you would have held your man, we might have made it through the season with this dude. But that one play changed everything.
Everything, man. And you see the hit that Justin Fields took the other day?
Mm-mm.
Oh God. I was like, okay, now maybe I can understand keeping him. You know what I'm saying, on the second string.
Was he
for
running?
a couple of weeks, bro? No, he was in the pocket.
Okay.
So they like shifted left or whatever the case is, and the dude came from his blind side. Man, when I say
yeah.
Oh, his helmet came off, bro.
Yeah. That bad.
Yes,
football,
that's how
bro,
bad it was.
Yeah, football, bro, you could get lit up.
Man, I always say this. It's one thing to play in high school, one thing to play in college. When you get to the pro, you're talking about grown men.
The best of the
best. You know
what
I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But not even just that. I'm talking about grown ass men.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to take a hit from somebody who's, you know what I'm saying? Even somebody's like 6'2", 6'3", 6'1", maybe 250 pounds. I can understand. We talking about cats like Ndamukong Suh, 6'6", 350 pounds, can run a full 240.
Yeah.
Coming straight at you. Like, that's
bro. Coach Alexander, when he was in high school, used to be like, Chilton, I need you out here playing wide receiver for me. You need to be out here playing wide receiver for me. Nah, man, I looked at Terrell Knowles and Jonathan Brown and all these big dudes. I was like, them big old dudes ain't gonna be hitting on me. Nope, I'm cool. Bro,
I'm good.
Marshall, Gordon, RW, like, bro, these dudes were, man, the people that we played high school sports with, man, were like grown in labs, man. It was, bro, it was so crazy just how big these dudes was. I was like, no.
Man, I think about JB, man. JB was like 6'4",
JB
220.
You know what? I'm gonna talk to JB about this the next time I see him. But JB picked me up the first day of school by my shoulders, bro. It put me on the door. He put me on the door and said, "Bro, sing the school song." I was like, "Bro, this is my first day at school. I don't know it. I'll say it for you." While holding me up, I was like, "What, bro?" No way I was gonna let them big dudes, man.
Hey, one of these days we're gonna have to talk about how, we lived in an era where it was just rough. You remember when they played chess? When they played chess with us? Yes. They would just come down the hallway and,
bro, bow. Oh, it was like open chest or like
open chest.
What was the
man? We could have died. All right, we could have died. Man, we're talking about, bro. Who was it? Somebody got lit up one time, and I hate we going on a tangent here, y'all. So there was a game back when we first started the team. It was called chess. Was it chess or was it open chess?
It was open chess, and then it was another thing that they played with a B. Like if you said a B word, and then you'd have to say another word for. But like long as you said a B word, they would start punching on you, and you would have to say a word to stop them from punching on you. Yeah. Remember that?
Oh yes, I do. Man, but I can't remember who it was, but somebody got lit up in the hallway so bad from chess. So what it was, man, the upperclassmen would actually just tee off.
Bro.
If you walking down the hallway, they would literally cock and punch you directly in your chest.
Bro.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was like either it may have been Trey. I can't remember. Somebody got hit so hard, dude, they literally were on the ground like
yeah, man, ain't no telling. It ain't no telling, man. And the crazy thing was though, like I remember when we were freshmen, like the seniors didn't really even bother for the most part, like messing with us. The ones who messed with us was the juniors and the sophomores, especially the sophomores. I was like, bro, I fought RW, Terrell Knowles, DJ Johnson. Like, bro, I felt like they would just wake up and be like, you know what? I'm gonna punch Z today. Like, bro, every day with y'all. God dang. Byron Booker. Oh my God. It was just, I was like, bro, are we doing this every day? We walk to BC the hoop and we fight on the way home. Like, bro, like Jesus.
Nah, shoot, hey man, what I do remember is a couple. We get done another episode.
Yeah, man, I'm not. I already know because I thought about one and I was like, nope, not going down that street.
Yeah, not going down that road. Yeah. But we had some time though. It was some good time.
It definitely was, man.
So yeah, man. Now that's that's crazy. That's crazy. Thinking about that. Man. So there's not too much else in the sports world, man. That really. It's going down. I mean, we had the first weekend of college football. I'm really not even a college football fan, to be honest with you.
Me neither, but I don't have the excuse no more. I think me and my pops was talking about that. I was like, well, you know, they don't pay the players, so I'm not watching. Well, now they're gonna let the players get paid, so I'll be like, I guess I'll start watching again.
Yeah. So I did catch a couple of games this weekend, man. I watched the OU game. I watched the Clemson game, and I checked into the Alabama-Miami game, but that was a blowout. So
destroyed.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's enough of that.
Yes.
But you know, I checked a portion of the OSU game because I wanted to see if I kind of figured they would win, but just got to keep up on track with the OSU Cowboys, even though I can't stand Gundy. But
yep, your coach is a racist.
Sir. Sustained, Councilman. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Straight up. Anytime you can walk around with a Newsmax shirt on, I don't support anybody going to play for the OSU Cowboys. I really don't. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand why we even have a team of any black people on that team. Period.
I feel the same way about Dabo Swinney and Clemson. I feel like he's a racist, and I feel like my thought is, and it's so crazy. I feel like Nick Saban might be, but he's smart enough to be like, they ain't gonna catch me there. Nope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
80% of
Like,
my players.
yeah, like my thought is he was like, shoot, we're gonna have this, we're gonna march for unity. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
bro, he might not feel that way, but he's smart enough to know, like, bro, if I want all these people, there's certain things I have to do. Dabo Sweeney talking about like Blue Lives Matter, or bro, that is directly against what your players are living their lives for. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're not smart enough to do that, I hope that you lose your job and black people don't want to play for you.
Yeah, and it's sad, man, because if I was a parent, like for instance, if Donovan came to me, let's say if Donovan, you know, LSU sent, or not LSU, but let's just say if OSU offered him a full ride, I would love it that he had a full ride to OSU. At the same time, I'd be like, if there was another team out there offering like 75% ride,
yeah,
and you know it was a different coach, I would be like, go there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't want him playing for somebody like that.
Man, you have to trust your son with these coaches, man. And these coaches, bro, these coaches don't always have the best intentions for you. So
no.
if you've already showed me that you're racist, like I definitely don't want my 18-year-old son to be dealing with you on a day-to-day basis for the next 3 or 4 years.
Part of your program.
Yeah, no, I'm cool on that.
Nah, yeah, I'm straight with that.
Yeah.
All right, man. So switch up just a little bit here. There's not too much going on with politics right now.
No.
But the hurricane that went through Louisiana, I definitely want to actually take an opportunity to talk about just the work that some of the people are doing down there in Louisiana, man. Bro, you know what's crazy is like, so I don't want to oust anybody, but I know people down there working right now, and they talk to some of these people from Louisiana, like, you know, because when they were given the order to get out, like when Ida was coming, and you know there was a mandate to try to leave the state. Of course, what happens is if you got money, you can leave the state. But the people who are left behind are people who don't have means to just pack up and leave. You know what I'm saying? So all the poor people are left behind.
Yeah.
And literally, these are the people who are stuck staying in their cars with their kids in 100-degree weather because, you know, they have nothing to go back to in their homes are flooded out.
Yeah.
So they're forced to, you know what I'm saying, make these crazy choices. So I know somebody who's working down there who's like, hey, I talked to a lot of people who were coming in and needed assistance and staying in like these tents, staying in like these compounds or whatever that they're setting up for them. And they asked him like, hey, what, you know, if this keeps happening, you know, you were here for Katrina, now you're here for this, you know, you've seen these hurricanes continuously hit. Why are you still here? And they're like, this is all I know. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard, I guess it goes back to our first question that we asked. Why aren't you living, you know what I'm saying, a life that you would dream of? Because some people can't dream outside of their environment. That's all they know. You know what I'm saying? And I heard that story and it just kind of hit me a certain kind of way. Like, man, that's sad to a certain degree that this is all you know. But even if presented with an opportunity to leave, you won't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it made me think, how would I feel though? Because we've grown up here in Tulsa. We know that there is sometimes a Tulsa mentality among some people where it's like, this is all I know. You know what I'm saying? And man, but just my heart, my prayers go out to those cats and to those people in Louisiana. And I'm not talking about the people who are going to be, you know, well off. You know, even after all this has happened, even if they don't rebuild, they can move somewhere else. They got enough means and resources. I'm talking about the people who have zero resources, who are out there literally with nothing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? House swept away, but all their belongings swept away. All they got is a suitcase, and that's it. That's rough.
Yeah. bro. For me, man, I think a Tom posted something the other day where he was like, bro, y'all didn't fix the levies better than y'all did last time. Like, bro, y'all just fixed this. Like, why is this still going on? And then I seen a report too where it was like, we're sending out police officers to protect loot, you know what I'm saying, stop looters or something like that. And I'm like, bro, people are out here. Are y'all not going to check on people? Like, why would that even be a concern, man? Like, I don't know, man. This and
We're more concerned with the money
yeah,
than with these lives that are being just
man. And it just keep on. It feels like that. Like it feels like the worst, like the political scene gets, the worse people are, man. Like people don't even care about people no more at this point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's sad, man. It's really sad.
it is.
Dude. So yeah, man, I really just hope that it's something we've never really touched on because I don't really know too much about it. I'm not a scientist or geologist or whatever, but the climate change stuff they keep talking about.
Yeah.
Just the way they keep talking about it, man, these storms just don't continually get worse.
Man, but the thing is though, like, man, my family is from Miami, right? And they have hurricanes in Miami all the time. You have a hurricane to come through, destroy everything, they rebuild everything. It's just part of how it goes, you know what I'm saying?
That cycle.
It's a cycle, and it happens. And it's been happening, you know what I'm saying, for years, man. I've seen my grandma's house actually be rebuilt twice.
It's crazy.
After like Andrew in like 92, and then there was another one, like I want to say like 97, 98, maybe. But you know what I'm saying? That's part of the life when you live, or that's like if we lived in California, man, and you knew you might have earthquakes
and fires.
Like, yeah. I'm definitely don't want to sound like I'm being like not sensitive to people, man, because I think too, you know what I'm saying? You think New Orleans, if you ever been to New Orleans, man, New Orleans is a city where you either have a lot or you don't have nothing, man. And when you don't have nothing in New Orleans, man, that's a different sense of nothing. And man, to understand, like, you might have been living public housing and that goes, you know what I'm saying, that gets destroyed and you have nothing really. And if you're living on public assistance, man, it's not a lot you can do, you know?
Yeah, nah.
And you're just stuck there waiting for somebody to build another place that you could stay in, man. But you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of how life is in inner cities, though. I mean, think about what's the difference between Detroit and New Orleans or Chicago, or you know what I'm saying? I mean, so we even got, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like we great here. You can go out north and see some stuff, or west and see some stuff that you be like, man, that's actually dirt poor right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, but that's the thing. So what do you do with all these? What do you do with the poor, the unfortunate?
Man, that's why I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I bet this is a weird way to get back to this conversation, but I think that's why education has to be free. I think when you offer free education, you take a lot of stuff off the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you give people real ability to go and do something, man. Like all this other stuff that y'all really talk about don't really help people, man. Like, I can't go and get a house because my skin color or my credit score based off, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody tells us about credit when we're younger, or it's so much stuff, man. But I think where that starts is free education for everybody. Now, if you want to go to a private university, that's different, but they should have state colleges that are free.
Okay, I agree with you on that. But what I am going to say is not just free education, just better education.
No, that too.
Because you can, you know, one of the things that parents struggle with right now is I got to live somewhere over here so I can make sure my kids go to this school district.
Yeah.
And the richer the school district gets, or the richer your area is, the better the school district.
Yeah.
To me, it's another part of gaming the system in the way it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just setting those people who don't have means completely back anyway. And it's ensuring that the rich stay rich, get richer. The poor people stay where they at, stay poor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so man, you know where we stay. So like the thought is, bro, where I stay at right now, my rent is dictated because the school district.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come to the school district. So I'm paying a higher rent level than probably what this place I stay at is worth, right? Now the crazy thing is I could go and get a house, and we're like 88th Street. I can go and get a house on 52nd or 58th Street. same, like just 58th Street, downward, you know what I'm saying? My rent is gonna go down by about $300, $400, but I'm gonna be in Tulsa public schools.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the things that you have too, man. You have people out here struggling to stay in this school district for their children to have a decent education.
Yeah, because you don't want them going to Tulsa public school system.
No, not at all. Now, maybe if my girls got older and I could send them to the T, that's different. But Booker T is the only school my girls would go to. Tulsa public schools.
Yeah, if not, I mean, it's terrible too that you don't want to say that, but everybody feels that way. Like, if you had a choice between Union, Jinx, VA, or Tulsa public schools, what do you choose? Or why so?
I'm taking Jinx over everybody to start off with. I think Union is good, man, but sometimes I see some stuff from Union, I'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah. My kids graduated from Union too, so my thing with Union is just they're so freaking big.
I think Union it grew too fast and they weren't able to control it. Like, a lot of stuff ain't set up the right way. Whereas Jinx, man, a lot of things that I see in Jinx, you be like, I mean, I might not agree with everything, but I'll be like, they really trying their hardest here. So
yeah. Just want to give these kids education, man. Good grief.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So let's switch up just a little bit, bro. So we gonna actually talk about something we never discussed on the show before.
Okay.
Well, I guess we talked about it in the past, but we've never really gone and delved into this topic. So I figured let's just do something different.
Okay.
And what we're gonna talk about is something we both actually have experience in now, and that's marriage. Yeah, we both married. Yeah. And man, this is something we actually were talking about yesterday. There's a question that you brought up, man. So I actually want you to helm the question up and start this subject off, brother.
Man, the crazy thing is, if you even think about it, man, a lot of our friends at this point are married. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who we've had on this podcast has been married. How about that? Everybody who's been on here. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the things that I was talking about, man, is like, what was the good example of a marriage that you saw, right? Growing up, what was a good example of a marriage that you saw, like in real life and on TV? I think we talked about that yesterday too, like in real life and on TV. You know what I'm saying? And like, where do you learn to be a good husband? Because I think a lot of us, I ain't gonna say a lot of us, but a lot of Black people come from single parent homes. You know what I'm saying? So how do you learn how to be a good husband? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you just seeing the bad examples from your dad and you're just being like, I'm not gonna be him? Like, is there somebody in the neighborhood that you saw? You know what I'm saying? So like, that was my question, and that was my thought. Like, how do you become a good husband, or what do you do to become a good husband?
Man, listen, bro, when I say this is the ultimate question, because the honest answer I have is I have no clue. I mean, so the thing is, man, like growing up, my parents split when I was sophomore. Well, they split a couple of times, to be honest. They split beforehand, and they split when I was in high school, and then they officially divorced, got back together, then divorced again. So they've been off and on forever and a day, and then finally they just called it quits completely. So, but growing up, there was only literally probably 3 households that I knew that were like, I guess what you call happy households. So one of my best friends, of course, growing up was Jason Caddy. And if he watches this, then hey man, whatever. But the Caddy residence, I was just always over there. You know what I'm saying? And I always saw how Mr. Caddy and Miss Caddy operated. And to be honest, man, I was envious of a while. Like, man, I wish my dad and my mom operated like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as we get older, we see like, well, honestly, you know what I'm saying? That was the way they operated. It may not work for you specifically, but that was their operation. And so the only male that I took really anything from growing up I guess I can say two separate things. One was the one on TV, the fake stuff on TV, but the real life one was my Uncle Keith, my Aunt Kathy. He was military.
Yeah.
And he's like the first person who instilled anything in me about us as far as like work ethic and you know what I'm saying, and doing, you know, right by people and so forth and so on. And you know, I took a lot of life lessons from him. Yeah. And I always looked up to him because not only was he just, you know, he got up, went to work, he was, you know, stocky, he just played the male part. You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody I could look up to, and he loved my auntie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the first time I ever saw couples kiss was them two. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just like, man, my parents never did that in front of us. Like, it was just like, no, you don't do that in front of the kids. And this is the first time I ever saw it. He's the first person to ever talk to me about sex and just all kind of stuff, man. So I always looked up to him. But that's not a manual. I never, when I first got married, you know, I'm trying to think of who I actually confided in. And it was just, we confide in each other about like what our expectations are. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of a husband or what kind of a man do you want to be, and what kind of a father you want to be. It's right. When I tell you, so it's just a learning on the fly lesson. That's how I feel like it has been for me personally. So, what about for you, man?
Man, I think like for me, my parents are still married. You know what I'm saying? My parents been married this year will be 44 years that they've been married. And I think that's the 17th of this month will be their 44th anniversary. You know what I'm saying? And I love my parents to death, you know that. But my parents, to me, they don't have a marriage that I would want. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know what I'm saying? I think he's go back to like the thing you said about the caddies. You know what I'm saying? When growing up, I was like, the caddies, because you know what I'm saying, we spend a lot of time over there. I also thought the Brights, Rocky's parents, I thought they had like a good relationship, and I want to say Jennifer Pierce, her mom and dad, they got along really well. I think those are the parents, because even though Corey Butler's parents were married, we never really seen. His mom didn't do a lot, and his dad was just kind of like in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like he would walk, he'd be in the house and he'd walk through and wouldn't really say nothing. He'd be like, "Oh my God, Corey's daddy's here." You know what I'm saying?
Man, I forgot to mention Holman's daddy.
You were right,
bro.
Now, Mr.
Holman, man,
and the mama too, Miss Holman too. They were the nicest. When I tell you the nicest, welcoming. Like, you ate? Do you need something? Like, bro, they were amazing.
Yeah.
But I think the more I look at it, man, like they all had different relationships. And I think that's what it goes to too. Like you have to find what works for you and your mate. Because the thing is, like, to me, Mr. Bright has always been like, just, I'm cool, whatever. And Miss Bright always seemed like she was more like, this is what I want. And this is what you know what I'm saying? Like she was like, she had the blueprint, like, this is what we're going to do. And he was just like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think, you know who else had good parents too? Eric Suri. Eric Suri's mom and dad were like amazing too. Yeah. So, but I think, man, like the older I get, the more I see every relationship is different, and there's not a relationship that you can apply to your relationship. You have to figure out what works for you. And I think the couples that I see now that are super happy, they have figured out what works best for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, well, man, with that being said, bro, so I've been married before. This is your first marriage. Knock on some. Yeah. This is your only marriage, all right? Yes. So I'm married now. Me and my wife now have been together for 6 years. We'll be married 3 years at the end of this year. My question to you, bro, because you've been married, what are you want to going on? Because y'all married a year before. 2 years.
So we're this year coming up will be, we got married in 17. So
before
this year coming up will be
before coming up. Okay, so in these 4 years of marriage, man, give me the takeaway. What if you were to be able to go back to yourself in 2015 and say, this is the advice I'm giving to you. This is the one thing I'm gonna tell you about marriage. What would it be?
Man, put that pride aside. I think to me, that's the biggest thing, man, because I'd be like, I feel like even though I'm right, You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I'm right, and I'm gonna say it. And I just, but you're like, bro, at the end of the day, man, put that pride away, man. Go and apologize to your wife. Tell her you sorry for what you did, man. Even if, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, it's just, to me, I think that's the biggest thing, man. Or maybe communicate. Make sure you're open in your communication. I think a lot of those lessons, man, is just, and then it depends on the person too, man, because like, you know what I'm saying, what's communicating to my wife might not be communicating to your wife.
Man, ain't that the truth?
Yeah. So, bro, marriage is crazy, man. I will tell you. I mean, like, I love it, man, but it's like I tell people or what I would tell people is, man, when you get in marriage, man, it has to be more than love, because, man, some days you gonna need more than love. You know what I'm saying? Bro, just can't, like how people be getting married just to get married. I'm like, bro, you can't do that. You got to find the person that you married has to be the one or the special person for you, because you're gonna have some bad days where you might not like them or they might not like you. You have to do more than just, you know.
Yeah, it takes more than them cozy, cuddly feelings,
bro. Yeah.
So, man, yeah, the thing that I would probably say, man, is that one thing that I have learned, and this just me, man, is that marriage is, by all means, just simply a commitment. It's a commitment. That's it.
It is. It's a choice that I make every day.
Oh, my bad. I thought I disconnected my mic.
Oh, okay.
But no, so the one thing that I have learned, man, is that it's just a commitment. And that's really all you're doing is you're saying, you know what? No matter how hard this gets, I am committed to making this work.
Yep.
And if two people can wake up every morning saying, I'm committed to making this work, I'm committed to being happy with you, I'm committed to, you know what I'm saying, communicating with you, I'm committed to something bigger than just myself.
Yeah. Then
that is what helps. Because, I mean, like you said, man, there's going to be days that, there are days when you like, God, dog, ugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a natural. If anybody tells you different, I hope people can watch this and be like, yep, if anybody tells you that marriage is easy, they lying. They lying to you. So stop it right there.
Bro, but what I tell you too is, though, man, think about this. How many times we go on vacation? Like, we go to Vegas, and the sweet spot is to go for like 3 days. Because if you go like 4 or 5 days, you're like, you know what?
You get tired of it.
Robin get on my nerves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Is the time gonna play this sleepy music every time I walk in this room? I can't get up because he's playing the sleepy music every goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, man,
the ocean
it's
waves.
Hard. Yeah, it's hard to be around somebody for just random days. So imagine being around the same person
for life.
Yeah, so there's going to be days that somebody get on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't even like your kids that much. So let's be honest. Your kids get on your nerves. All right. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, anybody that your coworkers, because you're around them every day. Like, I'm tired of, if I see this motherfucker one more time.
Yep.
I swear. If he smack his food a certain way one more time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with marriage, man. Because there are certain things you love about a person when you first meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are certain things you're like, you know.
Yeah.
It gets overshadowed. But when you are together 24/7, sometimes the overshadowing, the sun just kind of just goes down a little bit and you see all of it. You see all the parts that you was like, wait a second. Who are you?
Oh my God, bro. Man, you know the crazy thing for me is though, man, like in my, you know what I'm saying, I'm married just like everybody else, man. And me and my wife go through it just like everybody else, man. But man, my wife is like consistent in her things. Like she's consistently a good mother. So it don't matter how bad me and her, or like if we arguing or whatever, like you see her do stuff with the babies and you be like, she's such a good person. You know what I'm saying? Or like, bro, we might be in an argument or something, man. And I'd be in mid-sentence and be like, she is fine. Look at her, just mad and fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But marriage, like I said, man, I love being married to my wife, man. But it's some lessons in there that you have to learn and some stuff you have to apply. Man, learn your wife's love language. Oh my God.
Lord. Oh man, if there is anything that has helped me out, it's that dang on love language thing, man. I swear, I'm swear by it. I really do swear by that, because, and to top it off, that the person love language, it may be acts of service, you know what I'm saying, or it may be
words of
physical touch or words of affirmation.
Yeah.
When you first meet, but 2 years from now, it could be completely different.
Me and my wife usually take the test about every 6 months. And like, bro, when I first met her, I was super like words of confirmation. And like now I'm like super physical touch. I'm like, hey, I need, you know what I'm saying? I need some physical touch.
Yeah. You know come rub my back when I get off of work.
Yeah,
you know
like so it always changes, man. So like it's good to continue that, because the thing too is like I seen I think it was Lil Duval posted something. He was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I done went out here and brought this car or something. He brought something, you know what I'm saying, extravagant for his wife. And he's like, she was really happy when I just put some new waters in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, that's really what her, I guess, the acts of service, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
some people some people will react to expensive gifts, but then most of the time when you're with somebody for a long time, like for instance, and my wife will probably go, I don't know, she watches this stuff anyway, so but on her birthday, so man, I remember when, what was it? I want to say it was like 2 years ago for her birthday. Took her to Florida, like made it like just expensive, lavish, like tried to go all the way out.
Yeah.
I want to say, man, she was probably more happy with this year through COVID and everything else was going on. I went to Hobby Lobby, got a big old like mat board, and just started putting a whole bunch of different things on it. Made a card, you know, freehanded a card to her. It was just, but it was personal. You know what I'm saying? I think she was more happy with that than anything lavish that I can give her.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be like this grandioso showing.
Yeah.
Some simple stuff, man. Simple stuff can make the biggest difference in the world.
Yeah, man. I think sometimes you get in a relationship, especially as a man, that you just figure like I could just go and buy her something. I could just go and buy her something. And buying stuff for her all the time is not gonna be the answer. I mean, everybody likes to be bought stuff, man. But like, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to give her flowers all the time where she'd be like, oh, here you go with the flowers? You know what I'm saying? You got to switch it up. Do something different. You know what I'm saying? I went and brought my wife a plant the other day. She's like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh my God, it's a plant. And I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I heard her. She's like, you buy these flowers and they die. Like, buy me a plant. Like, I sure will. So
it worked.
But you got to listen too, man. You have to make sure that you're listened to, because man, your wife will tell you, most of the time your wife will tell you what she needs, and you have to listen and be able to go and act on that too.
Yeah, but also when you say listen, I gotta say this because I'm terrible at it. I have to catch myself. But you also have to listen to the uncommunicated stuff as a man, because women and their communication. Well, I hate saying women and their communication because, you know, all women are different. But most of the time, women communicate non-verbally a lot more than we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't want to be messed with, or if I had a bad day, I could just be like, oh, cool, don't mess with me right now. Just leave me be, and I'll be cool. Women, it's completely different. Their nonverbal communication skills are, you know, I feel like you have to listen more intently as a man.
You gotta pay attention.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention
to
all the extra stuff that is not said, versus the stuff that is said. So
agree. Definitely agree.
That's another life lesson I would tell myself at age 34 or age 33, 10 years ago. God, no, that just sounds terrible.
It does.
Shut up. See, you up there too?
Bro, I'm telling you. Bro. Man.
Crazy.
So
Man,
I'm about to say, I know we so probably getting to the tail end. So I did want to talk. I figured we're gonna talk about I didn't listen to Kanye's album because I don't do Kanye.
yeah.
But I did listen to the Drake album. So I figured we were gonna talk about that. But to start off with our entertainment, I wanted to say rest in peace to Michael K. Williams.
Bro, I saw that today.
Yeah.
And it hurt my heart, man. I was like, oh, that hurt.
Yeah, they said it was apparent drug overdose, man. So
really?
Yeah.
I didn't get into the details. I just saw that he passed away, and I was like, man, that's terrible.
Yeah, man. It's
if anybody watching doesn't know who this is
Omar.
His Omar from The Wire. His main role that he was known for was Omar from The Wire. But he has played in a lot of different things.
He was Chalky White in Boardwalk Empire too.
Yep.
That's where I had seen him for Boardwalk Empire. And the crazy thing is too, man, you know what I'm saying? We just seen him do the tribute to DMX. Like just saw that a few months ago, man. It's like that was in June, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wasn't that long ago. Man, but it's just terrible.
Man, it's you know what I'm saying? And I know it's speculation, and I definitely don't want to get into that, man, but it's like it seemed like a few people in New York have been dying of fentanyl, like, and that's what they step on heroin with.
Oh,
and that's what it looked like is going on, man. And that that's that meth stuff that they've been doing out here for years, but it looked like it's in New York City now, man. And there was a comedian, like a comedian from New York City, died the night before of a fentanyl, like heroin overdose.
Stuff. So, man, these here's a man. I don't know. Well, that's another discussion. Another topic.
It is, man. I just wanted to really say rest in peace to him, though, man. He was a great actor, bro. The way he played Omar, bro, that was one of the best. He was probably one of the best characters on one of the best shows ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If anybody, if you've watched The Wire, you know who Omar is. And just, I mean, Omar's coming.
Yeah.
Omar is a man. And so, and he was cast perfectly for that role too.
Agreed.
But yeah, rest in peace to him, man. But back to the albums though. So, yes, Drake dropped an album. Kanye dropped an album. I've listened to both of them.
Have you?
And yeah, I listened to both of them. I knew I sent you the text message through the week. It was like, man, I did. As much as I don't like Kanye, I wanted to give this album a chance just because I heard, what all he put into it. And I gotta be honest, man, I just wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. He had a lot of people on the album. It sounded almost like a throwback to 808. 808 Heartbreak, which to me, my favorite Kanye album, or the only Kanye album I ever will be like, this is it right here, was The Graduation.
Yeah.
To me, like that was the perfect album. Had everything on it. But I just never really was into Kanye after just Kanye went left.
Yeah, I haven't been a fan. I didn't care for him to start off with because he was very arrogant to me just to start off with.
Yeah.
And then when he did Jesus Walks, man, and he was just talking like, to me, he almost talked like he thought he was God himself. And that rubbed me off a long time ago. And it just seems like it's continued to get worse for me with him, man. And then like I seen Chrisette Michelle be like, oh, so we cool with Kanye West supporting Donald Trump, but y'all gonna cancel me for supporting Donald Trump. And that's my thought too. Like, bro, this dude was trying to split votes and talking crazy and meeting with Trump, man. I don't care to listen to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him as a person. I think he's weird. I think he's manipulative. I think he's, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like him. So my thought is I'm never listening to his music. To me, he's a level below R. Kelly.
Oh, that's real low, Z.
Yeah, I mean, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think R. Kelly is like, R. Kelly is like the A list, and I think Kanye West to me is like B. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate him as much as I hate R. Kelly, but he's up there.
Hey, I mean, I can't really, You know what? Here's my thing, man. So the only reason I wanted to give Kanye a pass and try to give him more of a chance was because of how it's just crazy to see how somebody could be so for black people when he first started to where he is right now.
Bro, craziness.
And if they don't say money changes people, man, oh my Lord Jesus.
And you can see it with him, man. You could definitely see it with him. Yeah.
I don't know if it was the fact that when his mother passed away or whatever the case is, but this man used to be like, I don't want, dare I say, pro-black, but just like he knew where he came from.
Yeah.
Like he had an eye for, okay, yeah, this is our struggle. This is us. This is who we are. And this is what I can do to help. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you go from that to now
where he is now?
To where he is now. And one of the things I will say, even in his album that turned me off, he brags about wearing a red hat. Like, to him, it's a sign of I'm going to show you guys that I don't that I'm my own man type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro, it's one thing to sit there and be like, I'm my own person and I can express myself individually. Yeah. And man, this is not to say all people who supported Trump are racist, but all racists support Trump. Okay. So yeah, but to go from one end of the spectrum to the other so fast.
Yep.
And I think that a lot of stuff that he does is just for fun, man, to be honest with you.
I do too, man.
Like, you have to be in the spotlight some kind of way.
And I think it's like an unhealthy, like you have to be in the spotlight, man. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't care for him, man. So I didn't listen to it. But what I did though, what was crazy to me too, because I know we're gonna talk about it. So my wife came downstairs and she said, so Drake released the unreleased Kanye West song. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, but it's a verse by Andre on it. And I was like, what? So I thought that was crazy just for Drake to even get a Kanye West song that Kanye West didn't release. I was like, I don't even know how that happens. Like that's weird. That's when we hate each other for real. Like, bro, I give you like $10,000 if you sneak out this song. Like, I don't even know how you get into that. You know what I'm saying? But what I will tell you, Andre 3000 is bad, bro. I don't want to, because I'm in love with the verse right now, and I know my feelings is affected by the verse, man. But Andre 3000 got to be top 5. Period. I don't care what you say. I don't care where you from, man. Andre 3000 is top 5. Period. If he's not on your top 5 list, I don't think you listen to music.
Sustained, councilman.
Bro, the verse is so easy. Like, he raps so easy, bro.
Bruh, when I say that, so I think you actually said something about it first. And then I was talking to Tony the other day, and Tony said something about it. He was like, man, go find it. I'm telling you, best verse ever. Or, you know what I'm saying, go check it out. So he posted something about it. So I looked on there and I was like, man, I still can't find the song. So finally I found out the name of the song, typed it in, pulled it up, and it had been on repeat. Z, when I say repeat for that verse for like a couple of days, it's supposedly like Kanye diss Drake on the song. To be honest, I didn't even care. I didn't care about the Kanye diss Drake, whatever, because the first part of the song is straight Andre 3000 going Andre 3 Stacks. And I mean, man, he connects with us on a different level than any other of these new rappers do. Like, people talk about Drake and how, you know, I guess how popular Drake is. And I think for what I've seen, more people have been on that song because of Andre 3000 than anything else. And I feel like it's just because, man, he connects to our generation on a completely different level. And it's all about his rhyming. Like, dude's flows are ridiculous.
Yeah, agreed. So for me, man, you know, last week I was super high about the Kendrick verse. Kendrick got a cousin named Baby Keem, and he released a song called Family Ties, which when I first heard the song, I was like, the little dude is all right. And then the little dude started spitting. I was like, all right, Kendrick's cousin is spitting a little bit. All right, that's cool. And then Kendrick got on there.
He was like,
oh my God. He started his verse. He said, I am the Omega. I was like, oh no, buddy. Bro. So to me, man, like my thought is, and I know me and you discussed this last week offline, man. I unless something crazy happens, man, if Kendrick stays on the course that he is right now, I think eventually he'll probably be the person that we will be like, he's the greatest rapper ever. I just think that's his course. I think the way that he has set himself up, bro, he don't have step on anything. He puts out, you know what I'm saying? He constantly puts out, I ain't gonna say constantly, but he has like 4 classics right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think the difference between Kendrick and Andre is that Kendrick has put out the work, where Andre has went into this like recluse mode and really get verses from every blue moon. He don't even really seem like he really want to do music. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think, man, and I could be wrong, but I remember him doing an interview like probably 3 years ago. This was after the when he released that song with Rick Ross, 16 when 16 ain't enough.
I remember that.
Yeah. So,
bro, it's a Dre verse. I'm gonna remember every Dre verse. It's like a holiday. When it's a Dre verse, people, bro, have you heard the Dre verse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even that verse though, like he spit for like, man, 32.
Oh no!
That
was like 40. Yeah, it was crazy.
He like literally took over a whole song and went completely in. I was like, yeah, that's the 3 stacks.
But right even the Anderson .Paak song that he did like 2 years ago, the song he did with Anderson .Paak, I was like, bro, this is that sick. Man, bro. If you go and listen to Dre's Walk It Out verse, his Walk It Out verse, and then the remix Throw Some D's on it,
man,
bro, his verses, like, so the crazy thing to me is like Andre's verses are stupid all the time, man. And I tell people all the time, I think that's going into a whole nother thing, man, but Andre is next level, man. To me, I feel like Andre I don't want to say carry, man, because Big Boy is good, man.
Oh,
you all right?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Okay. There we go.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think Andre's talent level was so much different than Big Boy's, man, that it was, because like I had this conversation. I know this is probably off topic or going a different way, but I was thinking about Southern hip hop groups, right? And I feel like, I love DJ Paul and Juicy J. You know what I'm saying? I love 3 6 Mafia, man. But I feel like DJ Paul and Juicy J are both like the same level of MCs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like 8Ball and MJG are both the same level of, like, I was listening to them yesterday and I was like, bro, MJG is, I was like, MJG is hard. You know what I'm saying? I know we always talk about 8Ball, but MJG is hard. And then, Pimp C, I don't think Pimp C was a rapper like Bun B was, but Pimp C personality and his production was just amazing. And he was his confidence level was different. Yeah. But I think we've never seen a group, a Southern rap group where I don't think Big Boy was close to Dre at all.
Well, I think here's my thing, man. I feel like Big Boy was like a good balance for Andre.
Yeah.
So like if you were, and a perfect example of this to me was the Speaker Box Love Below album, because it was like 2 separate albums put together. But if you listen to both sides of it, sometimes you would be like, let me skip over the Big Boy side because you got a couple of jams on there that's cold. But then you would listen to some of 3 Stacks, and you'd be like, man, you got to be really in to listen to 3 Stacks on this one, because he would always. He was one of those artists who said, I need to change it up and do something different. And sometimes that different was cool, and sometimes it was like, okay, going a little too far.
Oh, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I can listen to Prototype and Dracula's
Yeah.
Wedding and She Lives in My Lap. Like, bro, I love that album, man. But
No,
I like Big Boys too, though. I thought Big Boy had some real good songs on his side too. And Ghetto Music is like one of my songs. So yeah.
But I just feel like he was a good balance for
Agreed.
three
I'll give
stacks.
you that.
But if it just came down to rhyming, and if he stuck with just rhyming,
yeah,
I think the way he could do it will put him in number one. If you're right, if he did it consistently, because he, which I guess it's not really a knock on him because you want your artist to actually evolve. You want your artists to, you don't want them to stay the same the whole time they out there.
So what's your top 5?
Man, my top 5. Oh my goodness. So I'm putting Andre 2000 right now at number 2.
At number 2?
Yeah, he's my number 2. You know what? I wouldn't complain if I had him at number 1, but it's just, I don't know.
So who you got number 1?
My number 1 as of right now is still going to be Biggie.
Okay.
And then I'm going down there with the Tupac's, going down there with the actual Kendrick. I'm actually got Kendrick in my number 3 and Pac is my number 4. Yeah. And to round out my 5, I've got Ice Cube.
So you ain't got Jay in your top 5?
I don't, man. And you know what?
Ooh.
So he's not in my top 5. And the only reason why is because growing up, I was never really a Jay fan. Okay. I was more of a Pac fan. Okay. And when that Pac and Jay beef was in, I was always on Pac's side with it. Okay. But that's just a personal thing growing up, man.
Yeah.
Because most East Coast cats would be like, Jay, it's all about Hov. You know what I'm saying? It's all about Hov. But I was never really like, I just never really was a Hov fan. But when he came out with the second album, the Hard Knock Life album, or the Hard Knock Life album, that changed me. I was like, it's so. But I will give him. Jay is rounding in my top 10.
Yeah.
And that's going all along with the likes of pretty much everybody else, man. I mean, and the top 10 is going to be even harder to come up with though, because there's so many. Woo,
bro,
that's a rough one.
And not even like thinking too much into it, man. But I would probably put Rick Ross. If at my 10 in my top 10, it's going to probably be a Rick Ross, Scarface. You know what I'm saying? But I think for my top 5, bro, I go Ice Cube number 1 all the time. I think Ice Cube did so much, man. I'm always gonna be an Ice Cube. That's number 1 for me. My number 2 is Biggie.
All right.
My number 3 is Jay. My number 4 is Andre.
Okay.
And my number 5 right now is Kendrick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any problems with that list at all.
Yeah.
I mean, probably Cube at number 1, because I remember you telling me about it yesterday. And I was like, Cube at number 1?
I just, bro, man, my thought is like,
how big was
NWA?
No, I mean, I understand what you were saying.
Yeah. And my thought is like, so Cube pretty much like touched all of that. So if you think about the NWA album, the NWA and the Posse album before, and then like Eazy-E's first album, because Ice Cube and Ren did a lot of writing on that too. So if you think about those classics, just Straight Outta Compton and Eazy Does It, and then for him to come out with 4 classic albums right after, all of Ice Cube's albums, like the first 4 were classic, like easy, bro. Ice Cube was, to me, Ice Cube. I was a big Cube fan, man.
To me, I just feel like the whole body of work, like Lethal Injection, to me was still one of his best albums.
Oh man, bro! I remember the first time I heard My Summer Vacation.
Yeah.
Damn, G, the spot's getting hot. I was like, ooh, nigga, what is this? Or the first time you heard Steady Mobbing, bro. When I tell you, when it was like, ain't nobody talking when I'm talking, so shut the, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, we got the so-and-so. You got to believe, bro. Ice Cube was so hard to me, bro. Like,
but let's be real though, man. What put Ice Cube on the map after the NWA stuff was the diss tracks.
Oh no, he dissed. Oh, bro, No Vaseline.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I
When
heard No
he
Vaseline,
did-
I was like,
Yeah.
he is talking about NWA like this. Do you know how gangster you gotta be to talk about NWA in this way, bro?
So yes, let's be real, because that, to me, I think that's what put Ice Cube on the. I mean, we didn't really know that Cube was writing all this stuff.
I did though, because Easy, you would say Ice Cube writes the rhymes that I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he used to.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, like,
oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, like, if you weren't really into it like that, you weren't like, oh, Cube went solo. Why? Like, I mean, to me, that's the way I was thinking back. Like, why would Cube actually go solo? And then when I heard the No Vaseline, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I get it now. And then when he came out with Lethal Injection, he just submitted to me like Ice Cube's legacy was just like, okay, this dude right here.
Lethal Injection is submitted to me. Death Certificate was the one, because I think like Kill at Will was amazing. Then he had the EP that had the EP that had remember the first time we heard Jacking for Beats? I was like, I didn't even know you could do this.
Jacking for Beats.
Jacking for Beats might be the most creative song ever. And he spit the entire song. Like, he was just spitting. Then I think when I heard Death Certificate, I was like, bro, this is I mean, like the whole album, man. You know what I'm saying?
But also, I mean, I guess one of the reasons it's hard for me to put Cube in my number one spot is because I always felt like DLC was better as far as rhyming goes.
I don't.
Me personally, I do. And he wrote a lot of what Dre did.
Yeah, and
you know
but so
the
thing is, what I always look to is if you go and listen to Parental Discretion is Advised.
Mm-hmm.
That's I believe that's the one on NW album, and then it's the grand finale on DLC's album. Those are the only songs that Ice Cube and DLC rapped on together, and you would see Cube at another level when it seemed like DLC, like he knew DLC was there and was gonna be like, you know what, like, bro, if you go and look at those verses on Ice Cube, bro, I'm telling you, those are verses, and that's why I love DLC, man, and I think DLC was a great rapper. He was, to me, he was a great rapper who had a great style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I thought Ice Cube was like, I'm here, and I'm like, he was like a rapper's rapper. I'm gonna eat everybody alive on this track right now.
But also, man, you know, my opinions has changed on this a lot, because I used to be all the way Pac over Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
But it had nothing to do with just lyricism. It had to do with Pac combining, because, you know, if you talk to somebody who's a real Pac fan, they'd be like, what's your favorite album? I want to say probably 70% of the people who are Pac fans would be like, All Eyes on Me is his best album.
Yeah, it's not though.
But it's not. And then you got the other people who are like me, who are like, no,
Me Against the World
was his best album ever.
Easily.
Because to me, that was more Pac than All Eyes on Me.
Agreed.
You know, after he got with Death Row, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
To me, that's what cemented Pac. To me, is top 5. Was that Me Against the World album. And the only reason I came around with the Biggie side was literally because I didn't used to listen to Big's verses. Like, I would listen to his verses, but it wouldn't be like, oh, that was so dope, because of the way Big rapped. His verses were so cold, but they were so easy when he spit them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how to explain it right, man. But when you go back and you listen to some of the words that Big were using, and how he actually combined all the stuff, and you like, God, dog,
bro,
that's pretty amazing. And so we've had talks about this, man. Like, who's the best lyricist between Biggie and Pac? Easily is Biggie, but Pac was able to pull something else. And you have to have that as an artist. You have to have that way of, you know what I'm saying? Like, pulling something else out of people.
Yeah.
And he did that. He did that, man. And that's why I still keep him in my top 5 no matter what.
Bro, what he said, I could feel real millionaires As car go, my car go 160 swiftly. Wrecking by a new one. Your crew run. Your crew run.
will run.
I know. And then he just thinking it. I was like, bro, the first time I heard the because that's one of my favorite verses, is the third verse on Hypnotized by Biggie. He was in a zone somewhere else. And I don't got excited thinking about the verse. But my thought is if Biggie and Andre had as much time to work as Jay-Z or Tupac, or just to get that amount of records off, this conversation is not even close, man. I think Biggie was next level. I believe Andre is as well. They don't think they, and even for us to put them in this conversation with the amount of work that they've done, just shows how great they are. Man, I had a point. There was something I was gonna say though, man. Like, so to me though, and I think the first Biggie album, Ready to Die, was like Puffy being like, we're gonna make this New York album and we're gonna do this and do that, you know what I'm saying? And then I think the second album was like, Biggie was like, bro, I want to make an album that everybody gonna like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and get Premier to make me You're Nobody to Somebody Kills You. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna make somebody get me the 10 Crack Commandments. Those are East Coast songs. You hear me? And he ate those songs up. Then he went and got go and make me a beat like Dre them making for Going Back to Cali and Nasty Girl. I'm gonna kill that too. Now what you
and then go ahead and go with them new cats. Them new cats
that's doing that thing that nobody else can do.
Yeah, that
song with them, and I'm gonna rap like them, bro.
And actually outspit them on their own
track. Dangerous. Ain't too many that can bang with us. I was like, what? Is that Biggie? Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. And my thought is, man, Biggie's second album is like, I'm gonna show you that I am better at everybody at doing their thing, though. It was like he was like, I'm gonna make these East Coast things, I'm gonna kill them, I'm gonna make these West Coast, I'm gonna go and get Jermaine Dupri, and I'm gonna kill with the Brat. Like, bro. If Biggie would have had 2-3 more albums, man, he would have showed how much better he was than everybody.
To be honest, man, and this is just me personally, and I guess we can end it off on this, man. But if 3 Stacks were to actually say today, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and make an album solo, and he would just have like a couple of, because he said in the statement, I don't mind working with Jay. I want to work with, you know what I'm saying?
He said Kendrick and Jay, and I was like, bro,
Jay, bro, if he actually imagine,
go get him.
He came up. If 3 Stacks came out with an album and he had like 10 songs and he had like 4 features, one with Kendrick, one with Jay, let's say one with Rick Ross, one with, you know what I'm saying, let's say one with Kanye and one with Drake, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that album will be so solid. Where I would just be like, man, give me 10 songs. 10 songs where you just spit whatever you want to spit about. I don't care if it's your mother passing, or if it's about the rap game, or if it's about, you know what I'm saying, what you doing in life right now.
Why don't you really like Big Boy? Like, tell us what happened with you and Big Boy for real.
Something. Like, why can't y'all be in the same studio together?
Yeah, like
what? What I'm saying? Yeah. Like, man, just rap. I guarantee you, he would solidify and make himself the top spot on my list. I'd be like, man, that's it. Yeah.
I can't wait to see him and Kendrick together though, man, because Kendrick has this. I even thought about it the other day, man, when I was listening to this the Kendrick verse we was talking about, and he was like, I am the Omega. And he was like, he's like smoking on your top 5 tonight. I was like, bro, this dude is like, so he's like, to me, Kendrick in his heart is like, I'm better than y'all. And every time he raps, he's like, I'm better than y'all. Yeah. And so I was thinking about the Control verse. You can't even really find Control. You have to look that up on YouTube now. The Big Sean song where he was like, I'm supposed to kill all these dudes. He's like, y'all my friends, but I'm supposed to kill all y'all.
Just to murk y'all all in one. It's one.
Bro, you can't find that song. You cannot find that song on a streaming platform, man.
Hey, you know what? Question for you, man. So what's your favorite, which album do you think is the best one for Kendrick?
From Kendrick?
Pimp a Butterfly or
oh man, I love Damn. Like Damn was like I listened to Damn like forward and backwards. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you can actually listen to it backwards. I have a playlist where it's backwards. But man, To Pimp a Butterfly was just,
to me, bro, that was like the I don't want to say, man, That's my favorite album still. Even though Damn is like up there with like the best of the best.
Good Kid, Mad City is good too, though.
I didn't actually think that was his. Yeah, I think his flows on that one were tremendously great. But
I thought it was a classic album.
I didn't like the beats that as much as I did with The Pimp a Butterfly. And then Damn to me was like just solid 10 all the way around. But to me, I don't know, man. It's a personal thing to me, man, because The Pimp a Butterfly is when I first came on to Kendrick, like, oh. And then I went back and listened to his first album.
Okay. All right.
But, and then when he came out with Damn, it was just like, damn.
Bro, I
and then all the features, and then when the features that he's been on, it's been like, man, okay, he's this dude's in another zone.
I think when I heard I was like, yeah, man down. Where you from? The first time I heard that, we was in Vegas, and I heard that, and I heard the song with Drake, and then I heard the swimming pools, and I was like, bro. And then it's like, I did that freestyle. Oh my God. I was like, this dude is hard. I was like, bro, this dude is like, and to me, I think he's the, like, you know how I tell you, like, my definition of crit is like the perfect balance between UGK and Outkast. I feel like Kendrick is the perfect balance between Eminem and three stacks.
You know what? I'm actually gonna go even further and say, to me, he's the perfect balance of East Coast and West Coast rap.
Yeah, he definitely. You could hear Jay in him. You could hear Eminem in him, and he's about the words like Eminem is about the words, but he also has some substance and some Andre like I'm Black to him too, and I think that's where it's like it's hard to say like, bro, he's like the perfect mix of I'm a better rapper than you. He has that confidence that we want our rappers to have, like, you know, I'm better and I'm gonna show everybody I'm better. But he also has like he's woke, he understands society, he understands that kind of thing. And at the end of the day, he is a wordsmith. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, he's Kendrick is crazy to me, man.
Dude, I'm just looking at this right now, and I still can't believe, you know, Damn came out in 2017. It felt like it was 2017.
Yeah, because and then if you heard in the new song, he said, new raps come and be patient, brother. Like, bro, when he did
he just come out with something like now, man. I wish he could come out with another. Yeah.
This dude said, I can show my ass and teach a class. I multitask like Megan, brother. I was like, what? Bro, Kendrick is so hard, man. It just, and he's like a rapper's rapper, but he's also like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's just crazy to me how he is, man. And he's left field. I feel like he always thinking like something weird because the way he came, like, your top 5 tonight. I was like, who starts a song like that? Like,
but you know what's crazy about Kendrick though is his willingness to. And one of the reasons I like him so much is in every song there is a beat break.
Oh, and he attacks.
And he literally will just. It's like he can go from one gear to the next gear effortlessly.
Like on that
but even the
DNA,
next gear
was it DNA where he did the Rick James, give me some ganja. I'd rather listen to you. I was like,
man, oh my God. Because I remember when that first came out and I was like, okay, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the first part of the song, he was like, okay, he's rapping, he's doing his thing. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, no, this is the guy. This, and he just went ham on it. I was like, oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
But,
agreed.
Hey, man. So yeah, man. I'm real close, man. Like I said again, if Andre would just come out with like an album, just have a few features on it, it was just him, I would stick him up there with number one, and then I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick is right there. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard with that top 5. Yeah. I would say it's hard with the top 10. Top 5 is one thing because it's going to be on your own personal basis.
What you like. Top 10 is
The top 10, that's rough. Mm-hmm. But so anyway, man. Bro, we covered a lot today, bro.
Yep, man. That's about to say it's about that time, baby.
Yeah. Let's. So man, yeah, I'll be out of here tomorrow, man. I'll get at you. You know what I'm saying? We'll have another episode next week. I'm pretty sure. This week will actually be the first week of the NFL season, so
yeah,
we'll definitely get all them games down and knock that out, man. But, all right, anything else you want to talk about, man, or any parting shots you take?
Man, no, just thank you for watching, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to get back to being more consistent. I know we took some time off in the summer to get everything taken care of. We had some situations going on, but hopefully we'll get back into like weekly shows and get some different guests on here, man, and get back to where we was doing.
Definitely, man. Chopping it up as usual. Chopping it up with GZ. Thank you all for listening too. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. I'll holler at you, Z.
All right, bro. Be easy now.
You too, bro.